Justin, if you grant someone a license to use, let's say, your intellectual property for certain limited purposes, and let's say that person or entity claims ownership or doesn't follow the terms of the license agreement, what are some things you can do about that?
So this does happen from time to time. If your agreement is written, so there are a few things. One is having things documented and registered if it's applicable on your side so you prove ownership. But usually your license agreement itself is going to evidence that you owned whatever it was. That's why you entered into this license agreement. So the license itself should have evidence of that in it. Now, normally what will happen is the other side refuses to stop using it. And then you've got this issue where you've got a couple different avenues. One, but license agreements, like anything else, they're not self-executing. So you end up in basically a dispute with the person, perhaps a lawsuit, but you have often multiple causes of action when you're licensing intellectual property. One is the intellectual property itself will support a claim against somebody. So the idea is that at its core, a license is really a promise not to sue you for using my IP. So if they breach that license, or if they do something they're not supposed to, or refuse to stop using it, you can bring an intellectual property claim against them, but you also have a breach of contract claim against them in your license agreement. So you have both of those claims, and hopefully the contract is clear enough that it shows what happens, and so you can get some additional remedies in there. So, but again, you end up in a fight. The reason you want the license is that the license evidences what actually the transaction was, that you didn't give them something, you just gave them the right to use it. They were supposed to do X, Y, and Z. They didn't. So sometimes, you terminate that license. As soon as that license terminates, they no longer have rights to use it. So if they do continue using it, then it's like anybody else just stealing it off the street, right? Actually, it's worse because then it's usually willful. So there are remedies that will pile up when that happens.